Hello, everybody. Happy Monday to everyone. Hello, hello. Today, we're finding ourselves here in Balatro. I know it's been a hot minute. I hope you all have been well. I hope, both Monday and the past 2 weeks have treated you okay. Apologies for the lack of Monday uploads. I would say I don't have an excuse, but I do actually have an excuse. I've just been extremely busy. But regardless, I am here today, and I just figured I want to try like playing something to kind of just keep the mind juices flowing. We don't need this. I've played Balatro plenty here today. Yeah, I just want to try like something a little bit different than the usual norm of us here. So we'll see if like it helps me to like either play a game or do something while I talk. Just to keep, the aforementioned brain juice, just keep it going and pumping. And I'm immediately noticing game speed's a little bit too slow for my liking. I'm more of like a 2 kind of guy. But yeah, so it's been a hot minute. As you can imagine, a lot can transpire in between now and then. I have been, besides doing like my usual like busyness stuff, family and commitments and all this other fun stuff that comes with being me, I also had some fun opportunities to kind of like try some new stuff, some new activities, meet some new people, and it's been tiring, but I would say for the most part I've been happy with the fact that I've been pushing myself to do more things, kind of like expand my horizons, if you will, for a bit. Yeah, thank you, man. So one of them is I started to paint again. I'm very like hesitant to try to paint things, just because of like the nature of the medium itself. Paint, I find at the very least, it's very difficult to work with. The reason I say that is because I'm very used to just like structure. Like when you draw with like a pencil and paper or like a pen and paper or something, like the lines are very defined, they're clear, they're cut. And I'm so accustomed to, if you make a mistake, you can erase it, or like keep going and like make adjustments further down the line. But paint, it's a little bit different. Paint, it's a lot more amalgamous. Paint can mix. You have to layer paint, you have to mix colors together, and you can't be as precise as you want it to be, as opposed to like, a pencil. You can't really do like precise like strokes or lines or shapes or curves or anything like that. With paint, it's more or less you have to get used to the concept of being like kind of ambiguous, kind of mentally goopy, for lack of a better way to phrase that. So it's a very pretty medium to get into. Like paintings look phenomenal. Like every so often, like I used to watch a lot of Bob Ross videos just to like kind of like get in the zen mode and kind of just like chill out, just watch him do his thing. And the way that he just goes about painting in general, he's very much in tune with the notion that there's not really a mistake that you make, right? It's kind of just you got to be okay with like some ambiguity, some not clearly defined lines, but you can still kind of get like the general overall feel of an image based on like his style of painting. If you guys have never watched Bob Ross, check him out. Sadly, he's no longer with us, but he did a lovely, like, just a little show about him just, like, showing people how to paint on, I think it was PBS. I think it was, like, a public broadcasting show. For those of you who are live in America, such as myself. But yeah, he was just a really down-to-earth guy. Very relaxed, very nonchalant. And he had such a like a relaxing like ASMR type voice. And he's like, oh, there are no mistakes. We just call them happy little accidents, right? This is your world. You can make or break whatever you want, and there's no right or wrong answer here. And essentially, like I put that into practice when I'm painting, and it's been really fun. I've made a couple of select paints or paintings. I have a couple that I've made as like surprise presents for people, just because like I think that's my love language. I like to give gifts. And especially like when something's personal, like a painting, I feel like people appreciate them a lot more. So I've been doing that. You might have just heard my cat Bear. I also have a cat, if you guys aren't in the know. He's very demanding. He's very, very attention seeking, but we will get to him in a hot second. He's been waiting for me to like pet him and like pay attention to him for like 2 hours now. I came home from an appointment today, and as soon as you walk in the door, like he's on your case. He's ready for like attention and all that fun stuff. But I had some shit that I had to do, and I'm like, not right now, buddy. Not right now, pal. And so he just kind of followed me upstairs as I did my my tasks for the day. Yeah. So he's just hanging around. He's just waiting until I'm all set. And now he's actually what are you doing, man? He really likes going under like covers and like blankets. So right now he's like, I just made my bed after putting away my laundry, and now he's like going underneath the blanket and like fucking it all up. That's okay, we love him anyways. Oh, it's a real shame. Real shame I can't get the Vagabond card. I love that Joker. But yeah, other than that, what other stuff have I been doing? I wanted to like have some kind of theme for today's video. No, I think that's what it was actually. The theme for today's video is, I think, gonna be consistency, and my lack thereof, right? To some people, like some folks have like a really like rigid idea of like what consistency is. And any like self-help like guru or book you'll find on the internet today, they'll all say the same thing, like if you want to be successful in anything, you got to be consistent, you got to continue to show up, you got to keep, every day, every week, the same time, the same place, the same method, the same energy, whatever it is. And obviously that makes a ton of sense, but also, like for people who are a bit neurospicy, such as myself, consistency can be really, really hard when life is already kind of like throwing a lot of inconsistency your way, and you just kind of maybe struggle to keep up with the flow of things once in a while, So I think it's important to remember, this is a tough call. I might just lose here. We're trying to get a heart flush. I think it's important for people to remember that consistency doesn't always equate to like, if you fell off the wagon, right? That means like, oh, your plan's done, kaput, like you may as well give up now. Now, consistency can still be like, hey, you missed 2 Monday uploads because you were still busy and you said, hey, I'm gonna upload every Monday. Consistency can still be like, hey, even though you missed 2 weeks in a row, you still showed up for the 3rd one. We're getting back on track. So I think that's a very important thing to, oh, that's funny, tutorial seed. Nobody record that I failed the tutorial. Forget about it. We go again. There you go. So yeah, so despite, obviously the lack of upload for the past 2 weeks, I'm still intending to have this be a regular thing. I just, things kind of caught me in a bind for the past couple of weeks. Also important with consistency, I feel like, is kind of just like talking to yourself and understanding yourself better and being like, what do I want to be consistent with? It's easy to, envision your goals and like you achieving everything you want to achieve and living the life you want to live. But like, for some people, like they have no idea what that even equates to, like I'm coming at a precipice in my life. Oh, nice. Where I've had to do a lot of like soul searching, a lot of like self-discovery, because I've come to find out earlier in my life, I never really had the chances to have those conversations, to really think about that sort of stuff. Because my mind was so preoccupied with a bunch of other nonsense going on at the time. So, I don't know. The point I'm trying to get across is we really like have kind of like I think a skewed sense of what does it mean to be consistent, and just because like you messed up a little bit doesn't mean like you messed up forever. And as long as like you still have that drive to keep doing the things you want to do and you hop back on as soon as you can, that's really all you can ask of yourself, you know? I also said that I was like, I've been interacting with some new people, and that's kind of part of like the whole spontaneity chapter in Styx's life. Earlier, I don't think I mentioned it on stream or in any video, but earlier, I'd say like in the year, I think it was about a month ago now, I went to a convention in Boston, Massachusetts called Anime Boston, go figure. When I was there, I was introduced to just like some people. I had a great time, just like obviously talking to like just like random Joe Schmoes, other convention goers. And we all bonded over like our love for like, I don't know, various shows or games or whatever. I cosplayed as Joker from Persona 5 when I went there, so that was pretty cool. But in addition, like I was introduced to some people through friends of friends and such, and just the other day, I spent even more time with them, doing various activities, and it was a very wholesome kind of like revelation for myself. And it really exemplified the butterfly effect to me, almost perfectly. Had I not made the active choice to like go out and explore things and do, you know, essentially more with my life and go to that convention, I wouldn't have met those people. Had I not met those people, I would not have gone out and, you know, conversed with them again and met even more people the other day. So it was, for me, it was a very affirming type of like, yeah, you know, you're doing the right things, you're out there, you're saying yes to life, and you know, like cool and very wholesome things can spawn from that. Not really any kind of moral, that's just kind of like what your boy's been up to in the interim. I've also I've been contemplating what we want to do in terms of like uploading or streaming on the Twitch and the YouTube channel and such. There's so many good games that are coming out right now, and it's a little daunting because like I'm faced with a dilemma of, you know, I already don't have a lot of time to commit to you guys, and I sound like a very neglectful father when I say that, but like, you know what I mean? It's like, because I already have seldom time to upload or to record or to stream or anything, hence why we're trying this you know, this weekly Monday bit. Even more so to that point, I don't know what game I want to stream with you guys, you know? I really want to do like a Persona or like you know, like a Yakuza game, because those games are both fun and I love the IPs dearly. But the thing is that they take forever. They're such long games. There's a lot of points in time where like you're not doing any of the talking. You're just kind of, you know, watching the game happen. And I get like, for a lot of people, like whatever, you know, Styx, shut up, you're reading way too into it. I don't know, it's just like, it's another instance of like paralysis that your boy experiences when faced with making any kind of choice. So that's just kind of been on the brain as well. And I think we're just gonna have to apply ye old doctrine of like, just stop thinking about it, just go do it for God's sakes, you know? And, you know, that might also play into like these themes we've been talking about consistency and exploration and yada yada yada. I don't know, just food for thought for like this week's chat with your boy. Beautiful. But yeah, I hope you guys have been well too. I know like the world's not exactly the best place to be in this point in time. And you know, a lot of people are struggling, a lot of people like financially, mentally, societally wise, you know, it's all kind of it's fucked up for lack of a better word. But I recently have come to a sort of a revelation, if you will. I don't know how many of you are spiritual or religious in any sense, or you know, anything like that, and I'm of the belief of like, you know, live and let live. You believe whatever you want to believe and I'll respect it and I will honor it, and you know, all that good neutral stuff that comes with that territory. I myself, I think I've just found the I think it's not a religion, it's a more of like a philosophy, it's like a way of life that sings to me the most true. And that would be Taoism. Go figure, the half Chinese streamer guy here is influenced by ancient Chinese philosophy. But lately I picked up a book from my grandmother's when I went over her place recently. And I was interested by this book that she had, and it was a translation of something called the Tao Te Ching. I'm butchering the pronunciation. I'm not, fully giving it my all, but it's called the Tao Te Ching. And essentially it's like I think it's the second most translated book in the entire world, second only to the Ye Old Holy Bible. And basically it describes the Chinese philosopher who I don't want to say invented, because that's not the right word for it, but like he introduced the philosophy of Taoism to the world. I am by no means an expert on the subject matter. There are definitely people who could explain it far better than I could. But it's a philosophy, if I had to sum it down, it's a philosophy and like a set of ideals and beliefs written around like 600 BC, that is essentially following it teaches you to go with the flow of nature, with the course of nature, as opposed to going against it, fighting it, and things of that sort. It's it's where the ever so popular symbol, the yin yang, it's where it originates from, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but there are three main principles with Taoism, essentially. The first, it's very, very confusing too. There's a lot of paradoxical type of thought, because it tackles like the really big questions of man and like existence and our place in the universe. But the first main concept of Taoism is that which Tao is cannot be described. Tao, literally meaning the way of nature, or the way, I believe. Yeah, it's a rough translation. So quite literally, like the best way I can like describe it to a person who knows nothing about Taoism is like, in the same way that you cannot see your own eyes without a mirror, or in the same way that you can't fully, a human being cannot define what they are without using, like descriptive verbiage or something like that. Or the same way that you can't bite your own teeth. You cannot experience someone else's experience because you are not inside their brain, you are not inside their body, you are not them. In the same manner that you are like actually unable to do this physically, the Tao, in essence, the true like essence of the way of nature, it can also not be defined. What does that mean? Like what does that even like interpret to? Why does this mean, why is this part of like a philosophy? I honestly, I don't want to say like why, because I feel like I do a very piss poor job of describing why. But that's like the first mantra. It's like knowing and accepting that a human being, we as humans, as mortals on this metaphysical plane, cannot fully know and understand and define what we are. It's not possible. The second big like concept of Taoism is the concept of the interdependence of the yin and the yang, right? Dark, light, good, bad, evil, good, whatever, right? You cannot know one without knowing the other. You cannot have something that is short without knowing something is long. You cannot know, something is hot without also knowing that something is cold, right? A very basic principle when you think about it, when you consider it. But, for 600 BC, like people don't think about this stuff. And so basically, it describes that interdependent relationship, how things are that may seem different and opposite are actually one and the same, despite them being entirely different. right? Despite them being, you know, as far apart from each other as you could possibly fathom, they are still one and the same. They're two parts of a whole. Man, these spectro packs are really just kind of they're doing me dirty here. Sure, we gotta take a chance. I need something. Okay, looks like we're playing the twos, baby. That's unfortunate with Odd Todd. Oh, 4 of a kind. Why, thank you. So yeah, obviously I'm giving you like the briefest of brief summaries on like what Taoism is, but that's the second big principle that it teaches you and how it relates to the universe. All things can be expressed with this relationship, and you know, you should approach life and life struggles and joys and such with this concept in mind, with the concept of two equal yet opposites. Okay, all right, let's see if we can make this one here. I'm looking at time right now because I know we've been going for like 20 minutes already, and I don't think we're even close to winning Ante-8. So I'm probably just gonna try to beat this boss, maybe go for a little longer. But basically, that's what I've been up to. Like, I discovered this philosophy that I very much agree with, that I resonate with, and it's helping me kind of like come to terms with like the metaphysical plane, which is really like that sounds like super like pretentious and presumptuous, but for me it makes a lot of sense. And so I'm actively like studying it and like trying to engage with it more and really like dive deep and see if you know, anything else can be found with this sort of philosophy here in terms of my own, you know, being and my existence and my life and all that stuff. If you guys are interested in Taoism, check it out. It's obviously it's a very old philosophy dating from like 600 BC or somewhere around that time period. But just like YouTube it, Google it, or look into it if something like that interests you. It definitely took me for an unexpected turn. I wasn't expecting to resonate with it as well as I did. So, you know, who knows what's to come from that, but I'm very happy that I just decided to, on a whim, right, just try something new, read this book that looked interesting to me. So that might be the topic of today's video. Like, be spontaneous, try something that you've been meaning to do, or try something new. Say yes to life once in a while. You don't have to say yes to like the first thing that, you know, you come across, but just try new stuff, you know, try a new food, try a new activity. Try doing something, man. Like, life's too short to, like, be stuck in your ways. Beautiful. And we are coasting here. I know we're on White Stake Balatro. All my Balatro Andes, like, it's, like, the easiest difficulty known to man. I just bought Balatro for PC. I used to have it for Xbox, but I don't really pay for Game Pass anymore because I think Xbox is kind of going down the pooper in terms of quality and offerings. That's not going to get me any sponsorships from them, but I don't really care. Microsoft really did me dirty when I got locked out of my email and I tried to call customer support and there was literally not a single person I could talk to because it was all automation. So Microsoft, Xbox, you lost me as a customer. You lost me as a fanboy. I hate you. I think all your products suck and I think you're worse for wear. And I think you're making the world a worse place. Anyways, point being, I now have Balatro on Steam, because that's where I buy all my games. That's where I will be playing all of my games going forward. And so I don't have any of my progress here. And you might have just heard like me get an achievement. So yeah, that's what we've been up to. We're going to try to get back in the swing of things. As evident, you know, it's not guaranteed every single Monday we're going to get in a chat with you and I talking. But I'm going to try as hard as I can. And we're gonna definitely like try to, you know, decide what to stream or what to play or what to do with the content going forward. I don't think it really matters here. Probably, you know what, honestly, like none of these guys are really. Maybe Odd Todd, because I'm not really getting anything out of the twos. But yeah. So I'm gonna stop it there just because I've been going for a while. So in summary, I hope you guys have been well. I hope that, you know, world isn't as bad as it's claiming to be on the news for you guys watching. spring's around the corner, or rather summer is around the corner. Things are getting warmer, things are getting brighter, so I hope you guys are able to go outside. I hope you're able to try new things, enjoy your lives, you know, take breaks for yourself, all that good stuff that comes with it. Yeah, and thank you guys so much once again for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. I will hopefully, fingers crossed, no guarantees, but I will hopefully see you all next Monday. Bye-bye.